So what is the problem with a Soros versus a Fink? They're both true believers. Like Soros is not doing this because he wants to be, he already fancies himself as a god. This godlike tendency, when it happens to some people where your entire life, I'm winning, I'm this, I'm that, and you know how you sometimes talk to some people and you're like, dude, you really believe you're the shit. You're not. You really believe you're better than everybody else. Like there's certain people that actually really believe that. You know how there's an insecurity of a typical good fighter or good athlete where, is that it? This is it. You got it. Now. That's the one. All right, hold on a second. That's the one. You're in a human. There you go. You're perfect. This is it.
Societies have deficiencies as well, and foster a critical mode of thinking.
You watched lots of people get shipped off to the death camps.
Right. I was 14 years old, and I would say that that's when my character was made.
In what way?
That one should think ahead, one should understand and anticipate events, and one is threatened. It was a tremendous threat of evil. I mean, it was a very personal experience of evil.
My understanding is that you went out with this protector of yours.
This is it.
Swore that you were his adopted godson.
Yes, yes.
Went out, in fact, and helped in the confiscation of property from the Jews.
That's right. Yes.
I mean, that sounds like an experience that would send lots of people to the psychiatric couch for many, many years. Was it difficult?
Not at all. Not at all.
Look at that.
Maybe as a child you don't see the connection, but it created no problem at all.
No feeling of guilt.
No.
For example, that I'm Jewish, and here I am watching these people go. I could just as easily be there. I should be there. None of that.
Well, of course, I could be on the other side, or I could be the one from whom the thing is being taken away. But there was no sense that I shouldn't be there, because that was, well, actually, funny way, it's just like in markets, that if I weren't there, of course I wasn't doing it, but somebody else would be taking it away anyhow. In other words, whether I was there or not, I was only a spectator, the property was being taken away. So I had no role in taking away that property. So I had no sense of guilt.
That makes sense, though. If you were 14 and this thing was happening and you were just a 14-year-old boy who was just going along with people that were doing this, it would make sense that you wouldn't have a feeling of guilt, that you weren't responsible for that.
Everybody's going to respond to a life-changing event like that in a different way.
Yeah.
Okay. To be desensitized the way you have from a situation like that.
The way he describes
yes.
it. Yeah.
I mean,
it's
a little spooky to answer the way you do. People die, like, oh, it's funny. It's kind of like the market. No. People died is what they went through. So
his thought is it's going to happen either way, whether I'm involved or
exactly.
not.
Which, by the way, that doesn't necessarily mean it's true or it's not. But this becomes the problem. This becomes a problem. So